Up next, we have Rida Hasan, who is a PhD candidate from the Institute of Biomedical Engineering, with her talk titled From the Lake to Operating Room.
Currently, 29 million people will undergo a C-section this year. But of those, 2 million will experience wound dehiscence, which basically means their internal sutures will come undone. This will be both painful and extremely dangerous to the health of the mother. Unfortunately, C-sections are one of the few procedures we can't make any less invasive. So is there a way to make it easier on the mother? And in general, is there a way to make surgery less archaic? Because we do live in the 21st century, yet the gold standard is to essentially sew up our tissues. I'd like to change that. Right now, tissue adhesives are becoming an attractive alternative to sutures. The ideal adhesive can not only stick to tissues when they're wet, but also be strong enough to support the wound healing process. The problem with most biocompatible adhesives is that they don't stick well. Why? Because when tissues are wet, there's a layer of water that prevents the adhesive from forming a seamless bond. And so they end up failing. And that's why my work looks to freshwater mussels, who have already figured out how to stick to wet surfaces over millions of years of evolution. So far, I've collected hundreds of mussels and dissected their sticky organ. I was finally able to extract the sticky protein, the molecule responsible for adhesion. Then, to zoom in and see what the protein looks like, I used an electron microscope. This microscope uses electrons rather than light to capture an image, and that lets me see at the atomic level. And here, I show you that the freshwater mussel adhesive can form these fibrous and sticky networks. If I can understand how and why these fibers form, I can develop a simplified version of this freshwater mussel adhesive. But why am I specifically obsessed with freshwater mussels? Well, similarly to the past, researchers looked at the glues of other underwater organisms. They discovered unique chemical groups. They added these unique chemical groups to current adhesives, and it made them stick better. But it wasn't good enough, which means parts of the story is still missing. Because most of the work on bio-inspired adhesives is being done on marine organisms, this may be causing problems with adhesion in the human body. And so, if I can figure out how freshwater mussels do it, I can maybe apply those design principles to current adhesives. I can potentially develop a novel adhesive, an adhesive that's better adapted to environments like the human body. And so with sutures, not only are they prone to failure and infection, but we also need highly trained individuals to perform them. By furthering the development of these next generation adhesives, I hope to change the way we do surgery today, and I hope to change it for the better. Thank you.